Hey guys, in this video I am sharing with you the past month / month and a half of my pregnancy. So right now I am 26 weeks pregnant. Although I posted videos recently, the last actual update that I did was when I was only 19 weeks. So it only posted like a week and a half ago, but yeah, I had to didn't want to post it on social media until I had told all the people that I needed to tell in person. But now we're at that point and I'll show you my baby belly at the end. It's obvious that I'm pregnant, so if anyone didn't know in person, now they know. But it was mostly just like coworkers and my boss and supervisor and those kind of things. So a lot has happened the past couple weeks, specifically the past 2 weeks, but yeah, you guys saw my gender reveal, so we're having a boy, which is exciting. I will admit there was a little bit of shock at first. I don't know, in my mind, I just honestly felt that it was going to be a girl, and when we went to our ultrasound, we weren't able to, like, they didn't tell us. We had to like read a piece of paper that said, you know, the sonographer, the person who's doing the ultrasound, is not allowed to tell you the gender. Other people have said they did find out from their person, and actually the locum doctor that I spoke to and had my appointment with before, she's like, oh yeah, they'll be able to tell you. So I don't know, maybe it just depends on the person, but we didn't find out. She asked us if we wanted to know, which we said yes. She's like, okay, I'll include it in the report to your doctor. So we only found out the same time you guys saw in that gender reveal video. Going forward, like if we were to have another child, I probably wouldn't do the whole gender reveal. It was a bit emotional at that time. Yeah, I don't know. During the ultrasound, I mean, they scan over everything so fast. I think I was, yeah, like 20 weeks, and I couldn't tell. And Dan was trying to look, like, is that the legs, anything between the legs? He couldn't see anything. He's like, well, that's not saying that it is not a boy, but I can't see anything, so I think a girl. So I think since he thought girl and I thought girl, and I don't know, I just grew up with just a sister, no boys. I went to an all-girls school for my whole life until university, so I just don't really have a lot of experience with guys. So definitely initially it was a shock. Now I'm super excited, and I am really excited because actually my best friend and my sister both have sons, so I know more people with sons, and yeah, it's just, I'm super excited. It was just very shocking at the beginning. The ultrasound went well. It took about an hour, because they have to, like, for me, that appointment was like, oh my gosh, I want to find out the gender. For them, it's measuring everything to make sure that baby is growing well, no abnormalities, and things like that. Our sonographer was really great, that she basically talked us through everything that she was looking at. And I mean, some of the stuff I'm like, oh, look at that, is that the brain? And she's like, oh, so as you can see the heart. I'm like, that's the heart? What? Or then I'm like, is that a foot? No, that's the brain. So, or no, it's a kidney, or I don't know. So clearly I had no clue what I was looking for, but she was really good. The whole hour she kept pointing out things. A lot of people say that often they're not able to get all the measurements needed because baby's either moving too much or not in the right position. And for me, after about 50 minutes, she was like, okay, well, I'm not able to get like the last couple images. I think she needed to get more pictures of the heart and the lungs, maybe, I don't know, but baby was like this or something, so she couldn't. So what she said, she's like, okay, I have a half-hour lunch, so why don't I take like 15 minutes lunch, you guys walk around, try to get baby moving around to a different position, and yeah, meet me back here in 15 minutes, and we'll see if we can do the rest of the images so you guys don't have to come back in like a week or two, which was so nice. She gave up part of her lunch to do that, so that was really nice, and she got everything, so yes. So I want to share with a lot of the photos, yeah, so we got a whole bunch of photos of the ultrasound, and again, a lot, you can't really tell what we're looking at, but, well, it's labeled, thankfully. So just in comparison, this was when I was 12 weeks old, or not when baby was 12 weeks, so super small, and then now it was 19 and a half. So I will show you all of them, just kind of going through these ones we have the profile as well as the, there's a little thumb and a hand in there. This is the head looking forward. It just looks like a freaky ghost to me. And then here we have like profile with the body and the arms. And look at this one. This is the little feet. Super cute. And here's a leg and arm, which you can barely see, but it's giving us a thumbs up. Can you see it? Ultrasound, great experience. Sadly couldn't get the gender, but at my next doctor's appointment at the beginning of March, I was able to find out, or at least get it on a piece of paper, which then I brought to the cake person, so that was exciting. Other things that have been going on the past couple weeks, I had some lab work done, my gestational diabetes test, which I was super worried because, I mean, right now we're in the middle of coronavirus, and for the 1 hour diabetes test, you go there, have a drink, and then you wait for an hour until they do your measurement. And a lot of people fail that one, not necessarily meaning you have gestational diabetes, just that in general your blood sugar is a little higher, or you just have to come and do the 2 and 3 hour one, which then that's more definitive. So I thought for sure I was gonna fail it. I was like, I eat a lot of sweets, I'm overweight. My mom had gestational diabetes when she was pregnant with me, and my dad had regular diabetes. I'm like, this is not gonna go well. But surprisingly, I had my doctor's appointment today and I passed, which is really good. The other thing is, I mentioned it a little bit on What I Ate Wednesday, I have been so tired, no energy, like I cannot move for more than 5 minutes at a time without feeling lightheaded. My heart races, usually gets up to about like 140 beats per minute. Once it was even 170 when I was doing like a slow walk. And I have to sit down or I'm gonna pass out. At one point, the one time I went grocery shopping, it was kind of a little bit before all of this, but still they had removed like all the tables and chairs at the entrance of the grocery store. And so I started feeling hot. I took my sweater off and I was like, okay, I just have to check out so I can go. I only finished like 3/4 of my grocery shopping. While I was bagging my groceries, like my vision started narrowing in and I was like, I felt so sick. I didn't even know what I was doing. I'm just like, let's tap my card. And I honestly was about to faint. So I put my bags on the floor, pretended I was like adjusting something just to try to get some blood flow, and then I was fine for like a minute that I could quickly then take my bags to my car and sit in my car. And yeah, my heart was racing just from, I mean, I pushed myself. It was like 10, 15 minutes in the grocery store. Pushing a buggy, I wasn't even like using a basket. And then yeah, I got to the car. Before I put the groceries in the car again, I put things on the ground, just like bent over. Finally got in the car and just sat there for like 15 minutes and my heart was racing. I was drenched in sweat. Like I was not necessarily having a hard time breathing, but it was just like just trying to breathe through it, and I had extreme chest pain. So that was the last time I went grocery shopping. Now we're at the time where we're not, you know, during COVID-19, we're not really going out grocery shopping to begin with, but Dan's like, if we ever need something, you're not going because you can't, like, you're not well enough. And the other thing which was frustrating is I'm not able to walk the dogs for more than about 5 minutes. At first I thought it was just walking both of them, so I was like, I'd walk one and then come back, and what a usual walk that would take me like 3 to 5 minutes, it would take me 10 because I was going super slow, and still I would have to sit down at the side of the road just to catch my breath and try to like stop me from passing out. So I knew that wasn't normal. I was like, if I was maybe 36 weeks pregnant, 38 weeks pregnant, all right, I could accept that. I'm like 30 or 26, I should not be feeling that. And actually it already started happening the end of 24 and then all 25 weeks and 26 weeks. And yeah, I was like, this is not good. If this is what it's gonna be like the next 3 months, this is terrible. And people I spoke to as well, like who have been pregnant, they're like, I never experienced that. Sometimes like if I was bending over after like 34 weeks, I would feel a little lightheaded. They're like, but what you're describing, like just do a slow walk. Like, so when I did my blood work, they also measured my iron levels. Back in November when I had my blood work done, I was borderline iron deficient. So my doctor told me to take some iron supplements. So in addition to the prenatal vitamins, which do have iron in them. And so I did that and thought everything was going well. Iron is really hard for your body to absorb, and also as a vegetarian, I'm not getting it in meat, like red meat or any meat. Plus, it's best to be taken with like vitamin C. It helps your body absorb it, and not like dairy or eggs. And there were some times where I would take my supplements when I had breakfast, which was usually eggs, so that was not good. But for the most part, I thought I was taking my iron supplements well and everything. But I did, you know what you're not supposed to do, Google, and for like an iron deficiency or iron deficiency anemia, all those symptoms were pretty much what I was having. So anyways, I went to the doctor. Yeah, my iron level is at 4, which is pretty low. I think like 15 and low is deficiency, and last time I was at 15, so it was like, okay, you're almost just, you know, take. So anyways, now I'm at 4, so clearly my iron wasn't going well. So the doctor didn't, I mean, she was concerned. My hemoglobin is lower, but it's not terrible, so that's good at least. So she just told me to double the iron supplement that I'm taking. I'm like, do you want me to take a stronger one? Like, I know they have like 150 milligrams, or, and she was like, oh, just double what you're doing. I was like, okay. And so I said, will this make me feel better? Like, do we think that's related to it? And she said, it may. Just listen to your body. If you start feeling lightheaded, sit down, which I was doing. So anyways, I'm hoping that she, like, now by doing this, it was like definitely correlated to how I was feeling, and by taking more iron, I will start to feel better. I looked online, and if that is related to it, usually within about a week of upping your iron supplements, I should feel better. So fingers crossed, because I can't go like this for 3 more months. And I'm like been looking at like online prenatal classes. Been following one because we can't do it in person anymore. And they're like, you know, a healthy amount of exercise, walking like about 45 minutes a day. It can be slow walk. You can break it up. And I was like, oh my gosh, do I have to break it up into like 5 minutes at a time? Like, ugh. So yes, I was so worried that I'd have gestational diabetes, and you can control that with diet and exercise. And I was like, well, I can't exercise. So fingers crossed that it'll feel better once I'm, doing it. Other things that have happened, or actually not happened, we don't have a lot of stuff yet for baby. I really, now looking back, I was like, I should have gotten a car seat and stroller and stuff ahead of time. But, you know, I was just waiting, and now I want to be able to go and like hold the car seat and see how easy the stroller is to fold and to go put in the car and like things like that. But we're not going out of the house, so I'm just gonna rely on reviews. Because I don't think things are gonna get, I mean, I hope things will get a little bit better before July, but I'm not gonna leave everything to like the week of July or like the last weekend of June. So we do just have to, you know, make our big purchases without seeing things in person, but tons of good reviews online, so that's good. I've gotten a couple things already just as I have seen them, or that I've been lucky that I've been given some Amazon things to review, because Amazon is still sending things. So I got, a couple of things that baby would need right away, like, and some newborn diapers, which I was like, good. The only thing is I have to wait to review them, so that's not that good, but that's okay. Or then, I have a breast pump, which I don't have to pay $250 for it, so I'm happy to review it when the time comes. So that's good, but I'm worried that we can't look at our big ticket items. So that's what it is. just the times right now with COVID-19, that's what it is. And actually, if it wasn't COVID-19, I would actually be, well, last week when I was in the midst of my like not being able to do anything, so it's actually good. We were going to go away on our baby moon. We were going to San Diego for 4 nights, staying at the Baha'i Resort. And obviously once the talk of Corona already in like February, we were like, I think we should cancel it. And then clearly we did cancel. But now looking back, like that's when my iron was low and all that was going on. I would not have had fun like hanging out in the warmth, which I thought when I was looking in like December, I was like, oh yeah, that would be something I just want to relax. I'm already like sweating almost all the time. Like the house is kept so cold. Dan is always so cold. The sweaters are on the schnauzers and I'm like in my t-shirt. I'm just like, oh, it's so hot. And I'm like barely sleeping with like the duvet or sheet on me anymore because it's just so hot, even though it's not. So anyways, realistically, I probably would not have done well in San Diego. But it still would have been nice to get away. But yeah, now I'm glad that we were not away while I was feeling so sick. Obviously, I wish the world was different. I wish we were not in the middle of the pandemic, but yeah. I'm looking forward to at least teaching from home starting a week and a half, so I'm really excited to do that. Because I can do that because I don't have to walk anywhere, which is good. But hopefully once my iron is up, I'll feel better. So I'm probably going to do another update video in maybe 2 weeks, so at 28.5 weeks or so. Yeah, right now I'm 26, soon to be 27. They say in vegetable form my baby is as long as a green onion, and at 27 weeks it will weigh as much as a cauliflower. So random. So my belly, for the longest time, I have what is called a bee belly. So some people get those beautiful like basketball or watermelon bellies that just are perfectly round. With me, I did not. This is the first week that it actually is pretty much round. For a while it would be like a bee, so you'd have like your essentially two fat tires. Often people who are a little bit overweight to begin with, which I was, will get that. So that's why also I was able to hide it for like 5 months. I didn't get like the super round belly. I just had my 2 belly bumps that just got a little bigger. However, now I am clearly pregnant. Although it was funny, it was the week after I told everyone at work, so beginning of March, beginning to mid-March, I think like the second week of March, when we were still allowing people to come into the hospital. Now at the vet we're not. And I just told my coworkers the week before, I didn't feel that I looked pregnant. So we had this woman come in. Oh, I don't even know, like we have a lot of clients that we see very often. They know me, or we've had a lot of conversations. They ask about teaching and things like this woman. I have no clue who she was. And she was just paying for her food. And she's like, oh, so when are you due? And I'm like, what? And she's like, then it was like the panic. And then she's like, oh, aren't you pregnant? When are you due? And I'm like, no. And I was like, oh, no, I am. Yes, I am. And I was like, I'm due in July. But I felt terrible. It's like, I wasn't trying to joke. I was always like, no, I'm just fat. So it felt so bad. But anyways, it was very random. I'm like, that's pretty gutsy to ask me. Like, especially with my scrub top. Our scrub tops have like a kangaroo pouch. So they hide a lot. Like again, now it's more noticeable and I have to size up my scrub top probably in about a week or 2. But beginning of March, I was not looking that pregnant, just fat. And for someone that didn't regularly see me anyways, clearly I did look pregnant. But it was just so weird. And then I was like, could you imagine if I hadn't told my coworkers and there were like 2 people near me? It would just like, I don't know. It was just, yeah, I was surprised. I totally didn't mean to tell her no. It's just instinct. Anyway, so belly. I'll back up a little Chloe's here. So this is my belly now. Which isn't, I mean, it's clearly a pregnant belly. I have my maternity pants on. It's clearly, yeah, a pregnant belly, but it's not, I'll go this side. well, okay, yeah, now it's big, but finally it's smoothed out. Almost. For a while it was like, I don't know, like if it was this was like bumped here and then it was in, looking like if I had like really tight a waistband of my pants on, which usually I didn't because I had like long ones or then I had like lower cut. But yeah, so it would go in right here where my natural waist is, and then I have my bottom bump. That's what it looks like. Which, I don't know, I'm clearly pregnant, but it's not a pretty one. I just feel fat, but oh well. If anyone has any really great recommendations for car seats, strollers, or a crib, even though I know you don't need the crib right away, but let me know. Those items we are buying new. There are some, like obviously car seat. Some things, you know, like a bassinet, I was like, they're only in that for 3 months. If I can find like a used one in my area that's in good condition, I'm gonna get that. But yeah, main thing is car seats that I really have to just research and find. Yeah, that's the big one. I still haven't had any cravings, which I mean is good because here all stores have it closed at 8 o'clock at night. And so I was joking with Dan, I was like, even if I have a craving, like the middle of the night, can't do anything about it because it's closed. So we were joking like months and months ago, like, oh, when cravings start, you'll have to get up at 1 a.m. and get me like a pickle with Nutella or something. I don't know. But yeah, so now we joke, we're like, well, I'm just out of luck because stores close at 8. So you don't get to have your food. But thankfully I haven't had. I mean, I really want sweets, but that's normal for me. And then I just lost that kind of the whole like first 5 months of my pregnancy, and now I'm like, oh no, I do have a sweet tooth. I want my sweets again. But yeah, I also at this point, just talking about baby belly, don't have a lot of maternity clothes, and I don't like. I know I have I have 3 pairs of maternity pants. 2 work pants because I thought I was going to be teaching more. Obviously now it doesn't matter what I wear when I teach because you only see me from the waist up on my Zoom app, but yeah, I got 2 pants and then I got an extra pair just online because I knew what size I was, of like their yoga pants from Time Maternity, but I don't have any maternity tops, which I mean a lot of tops, they're long enough or they're baggy enough that they can work as maternity, but I don't know, I may just cave and go and buy some, or not go and buy some, but buy some online and hope that they work. But I just really like trying things on, but of course you can't right now. So I don't know, I was like, Time Maternity has good deals usually, because I was like, I don't want to spend like $60 on a shirt that I don't even know if it's going to fit and that I'm only going to wear for the next 3 months, maybe after as well while I'm recovering. But I don't know, I've never had any luck at Old Navy like with their clothes. Maybe I'd have different experience with their maternity clothes, but I don't know. So if you guys know any good online that ships to Canada maternity clothes that's not super expensive, let me know. I know like H&M also has their kind of online, but again, I never shop at H&M because usually I don't fit anything. But yeah, so I'm not sure. We still haven't chosen a name yet. We've narrowed it down. We have about, we're down to 2, but still thinking about more. Dan thinks we should choose like 3 or 4 and then wait till we see him and then we'll just know. I personally don't think that. I was like, I don't know, when you look at him and when I'm in like that state, I'm not going to be like, oh yes, you're clearly a blank. So I would like to I'd like to have already have chosen something ahead of time. But is that true for all you moms out there? Like, if you've been like toying between 2 or 3 names and then you look at them, can you usually see like, oh yes, you are a so-and-so? I don't know. I don't know. So we're still discussing. Yeah, I'll let you know maybe in a couple weeks if we've narrowed it down a bit more. But yeah, we'll have to decide. We're still working on, well, I have not cleared out this room. We have to, almost done clearing out downstairs, and then my beautiful office with a whole bunch of stuff over there will become baby's room. So I have lots of cleaning and all my huge wall unit will go downstairs as well because that's clearly too tall. But yeah, just lots of things happening. Anyways, that is going to be it today. Super long video, like half an hour. I'm sorry, just so much to say. Thank you for watching, and yeah, I think I blabbed so much about my iron and like feeling sick, but it's just been, honestly, has been so bad. Like, I am not used to only being able to move around for 5 minutes at a time. Even sometimes if I'm like standing making dinner, I have to sit down because it's just too much for me. So annoying. But yeah. All right, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.